What's up, everybody? We are live. It is Wednesday, January 13th, Wednesday the 13th, 2021 in the year of our Lord. That's a thing. And welcome. Thank you once again. This is 3 days in a row that I've showed up at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to talk, which means that I'm losing my mind and I must be really bored without very much to do. That's cool. That's cool. I like hanging out with you guys. So what are we doing here today? Well, this is the one live stream a week that you can count on happening all the time, because what I do is I take requests from the paid subscribers to my newsletter and I chart them for them. I take those on Wednesdays via email. And that's how I choose what I'm going to look at in this session. I view it as added value for a subscription to the newsletter, something I've done from the very beginning, although I used to write out the descriptions to show them, how I would look at a chart that they're trying to look at themselves. So hopefully it's an educational exercise and something that people find value in. And that is the reason that I do it. As you can see on the screen right now, beside my handsome face, is the sign up for the newsletter. This is the sign up for the free newsletter right here. You can click to members and you can join the paid newsletter, which is $15 a month and comes out every single weekday. The paid one is exactly the same product. I mean, the free one, it just comes out once every 2 weeks. I've written 155 issues according to this, and there are 14,561 of you that choose to get the free newsletter. Very flattering and amazing. And that free newsletter will be coming out tomorrow. So sign up. Tomorrow's issue will be completely free. 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 MARS, Mars, bitches. If you ever watch the Chappelle Show, then you know exactly what that is. So here's what we are going to be looking at today. I am not taking your requests live. Right? These are the ones that they looked at. Let me read them. Looks like we've got AAVE, ALGO, CEL, CHZ, CRM, HBAR, Link, Ocean, PH8, TLRY, UTK, VET, ZEC, ZIL, and ZRX. They will be done in alphabetical order according to the tabs on the top of my screen. So if you spam the comments with cash tags, I will troll you incessantly until you choose to leave in shame. So I'm going to dig in, have at it. Do you have to pay Emmy for helping you market? So it asks. Well, Emmy doesn't do my marketing. Do it myself. She's an amazing internet marketer. My wife, that's what she does for a living. She's certainly helpful and prevents me from doing stupid things, but I do not pay her. And the same person, Livonia, I see you, said that she's making me do the dishes right now, which is obviously a lie because I'm here. But I do dishes. And by do dishes, I mean I load and unload the dishwasher. When you have kids, it's something you seemingly have to do every day. I used to have a person who did that before COVID, someone who used to come and do those things. And now I've become accustomed to doing them myself. I'm a capable human person, and I can do dishes. This is AAVE, much hyped on the Bitcoin pair. Is what was requested here. I'm going to actually go back to the daily. Take a look. It is helpful to have a wife who is a genius and accomplished marketer, though, because you want people to like you. And marketers are good at preventing you from doing stupid things. So these are the first lines I would draw, right? Something here-ish, purple, blue, looks weird. A lot of charts are looking like this, actually. So it's kind of an interesting point, right? Because you have this huge run up on a lot of alts. Then you have this sort of like head and shoulders vibe happening, but then they're going up instead of breaking down. So maybe you actually have sort of like, channel. I don't like that line at all, actually. Sort of a bull pennant, Something like this seems reasonable. That's how I would probably draw this, zooming out. So your real entry is when you break resistance and exit this pattern. Bitcoin did something very similar in like 10, 11, 12,000. Good man. My husband does dishes for me also. Of course I do dishes. It's not the 1950s. If there's something dirty, I'm going to clean it because I don't want it to be dirty. Wait for somebody else to do it. Take the initiative. You could also draw this sort of like this, even though it's not directly from the top, and then gives you a very different picture, right? Kind of right there. I kind of like that actually, because it's got these touches here and clearly is acting as resistance today. So let's say that that's our picture here. You can see, I always talk about sort of how death crosses and golden crosses are lagging indicators. You have a death cross right here and price is going up. Death cross is when a shorter moving average crosses a longer moving average down. So a golden cross would be if this 50 is the blue and the 200 is the red. Bitcoin is shit these days. Alts can't breathe in this market. Bitcoin just went from $3,800 to $42,000 in 9 months. There's nothing shit about it, for the record. Okay. So I would say that you're waiting for a break of this and potentially a retest of it as support. Break of this blue line. So this vibe. It's the kind of thing I'd be looking for, right? Let's try to find some other key horizontal levels. You start at the right. Look for a key swing, right? Clearly there's a swing low. So if you pull it back, you find this area here. So there's a good line. You don't need to pull it back all there. If it helps you feel better about your life, you can pull it back, but something like that. Whatever. Here, maybe. Honestly, there's not that many clear levels. This is a clear kind of toppy level right here. This one's obvious. Maybe here. And what are you doing when you're drawing these lines? Like, what's the point? Why are they support and resistance? It's all about liquidity. It's all about where people are placing orders. That's all you're looking for here, right? Why would this level be key, right, on an asset? Like, why would this line matter? Why does it matter that it went here? Well, because you see this wick here, right? That's extreme buying. That means there was a lot of interest here. So the implication is that there's probably still a lot of buying interest there. There's people who had orders here and here, all through here that missed. So if price drops back, you should find lots of liquidity below this line. That's why it matters. That's what support and resistance is. It's like your candles don't just magically interact with cool lines that you draw on a chart because there's a line there. It'd be really cool if they did. Not going to lie. That would make trading a lot easier. But what are you looking at when you're looking at this chart? You're trying to look at what other people are going to do and where they're going to place their orders based on looking at the same chart. Self-fulfilling prophecies. Lines work, Fibonacci levels work, all those things work because the same people are looking at the same things, right? Wow, this is quite a move when you zoom it out. Really something. Well, you had this line. This is like, if you're going to go all the way back, you'd have to draw a line here. Let's see what this looks like on the weekly. And look at that weekly 50 MA, right? Beautiful, right? You can trade this anywhere above that line. It's been above this line since January of 20, right? If you want to zoom out like a Chad, because that's what real smart traders do. They zoom out. Let's even just adjust this slightly on the weekly. That's bigly, hugely mega bigly, right? And these lines actually look really good on the weekly. I like it. So yeah, that's your AAVE chart. That's how I would look at it. Can I do the same thing on the USD pair? I'm sorry, I don't know exactly what you're talking about, but yes, everything you're doing from a chart perspective, you could do on a USD pair. People are asking for coins. All right, let's go on. So we've got ALGO in both pairs. And once again, reminding you guys, I do not do these in advance. I don't look at them. I just open the charts and move on. So you get to see all of my shitty ideas that were wrong, which is cool. Everybody should do that. This is savage, by the way. I mean, we're kind of consolidating at all-time lows here. I really like ALGO. I think it's great. Chart's not great, and that's okay. You know, I would say that right now, I don't touch this below that line on the Bitcoin pair, right? Because this is support, wick through support, and literally all of these at 1564 on a weekly chart. Each of these weekly candles interacted with it. And 1, 2, 3, almost 4, maybe a sat, 5 of them held it as support on the exact bottom of a wick. That is strong support. And look at this, 2 clean rejections as resistance. I'm going to zoom in on that. That is C-Razy. That's how you say crazy, but you take the C off. So it's C-Razy, kind of like a rap. That would be a good rap name, C-Razy. Yeah, I wouldn't touch this unless it does this. Right? Get that. You could do it on the break, but you might end up with one of these where the wick goes above and then it closes below. But maybe we can zoom in on the daily and find something more appealing. Yeah, we can. This probably. All right. So if you're looking to trade it, we can even maybe make that into a channel. Let's see. Always look for channels. Always look for channels. It's not, there's no other touch on that. So it doesn't really, it's not confirmed with 2 touches down, but you can see, look how much resistance the EQ and support, right? That center line, the EQ, equilibrium, it's the 50% level of any, 50% of any channel has held as support and resistance. So you would expect with this pattern that eventually you'll see this, but keeping in mind that we have that, that's how you would look for it. But I wouldn't touch this until really, for me, it breaks above 1564 and holds on a weekly candle. Otherwise, if you're looking to trade it, a break of this channel. Let's go on to the USDT pair. Surprisingly, not surprisingly, it looks better because USDT pairs do what Bitcoin does, just not as well. It's like the trading USD pairs of alts is like being a minor league baseball player and trying to play with the pros. You'd rather just watch the pros play, right? And this is a good illustration. I talk about this all the time. If you were buying algo here, you're like, I'm rich, bitch. Right? Keeps going up. Why is it going up? Because Bitcoin's going up. Then you click back to this and you're like, holy shit, I just lost a lot of Bitcoin holding on to this. Right? Someone said, hey, Emmy's boo, I'm back again. Cool. Yeah. So this is why you generally should not trade alts on a USD pair, because you get the illusion that you're actually making money, but in reality, you're losing Bitcoin when you're holding them. Right? The whole point of trading in this market, unique to any other market, is to stack sats, compound more Bitcoin. You are losing Bitcoin if the Bitcoin pair is going down, even if the USDT pair is going up. So, whatever. That said, I would say that we could draw this over here, just make it simple. Here on the daily, this is breaking above. Anything above that's kind of good. This just looks kind of super toppy. This is going up probably because Bitcoin's going up, right? But I don't see anything super exciting here, except for maybe we could say you have a low, high, higher low, higher high. So technically you now have a bullish structure here from the bottom, which is good. But if you don't hold any Bitcoin and just trading with USDT and BUSD, you will make money. Yes, you will make money, but like I said, why would you bang your head against a wall trading altcoins against USD when it's literally easier to just sit in Bitcoin and do nothing? Make more money sitting in a single asset than all the efforts combined trading alts on a USD pair if the alt is not beating Bitcoin. That's why. You can disagree by all means, but we stack sats by trading alts. Here, that's what we do. So anything above this low here would retain this bullish structure. And this could be, you know, now this could be that higher low potentially, but that is not confirmed until this is broken. You need to make another high, right? So that would be my view on that. So I'm just checking in on the comments right now. Alts make you more money. Alts make you more money in the very, very brief moments when they are beating Bitcoin. Otherwise, you are losing Bitcoin. That's how this works. Yeah, I'm not going to explain this to you anymore, buddy. Have a good time in the comments with yourself. Everybody has a right to their own financial decisions. My way is not the right way. It's just my way. But it's kind of the way because I'm great. Celsius. God, what a coin, man. What a coin. What a platform. What a company. This is 394. Wow. Beast. Here we go. Let's take a look. Yeah, we have a clear area through here, right? I would say that that's pretty key. Something like this. And there's a clear kind of support. This is traded on HIT BTC is what I'm charting it on because that's the only place it's on TradingView, and I'm assuming the volume is shit BTC. So you get these kind of dookie charts that nobody really wants to look at. But I'd say something through here, that wick, you know, found liquidity, headed up. Now, if you were on crypto Twitter, people would start screaming that we have a head and shoulders. Shoulder, head, shoulder, it's dead, like Bitcoin today. No pattern exists on a chart until it is confirmed. And that's really important to understand. You can have the idea of a theoretical head and shoulders. It's completely untradeable if there was a head and shoulders, by the way, which there is not. But, and let's say that like you formed a full shoulder here, another one here. The swing lows make the neckline. Unless this line is broken, you can't even talk about the head and shoulders. And when it's broken, it has to be on increasing volume. Volume confirms the head and shoulders and a break of the neckline. So when you hear people on crypto Twitter screaming about head and shoulders, it's an idea. You cannot trade a pattern that has not been confirmed and does not exist. HIT BTC box me out because I'm from land of the no fun. Brent, welcome to America. This is America. They don't be letting us trade. They don't be letting us trade. They don't be letting us trade. Can't do anything in this country. Cannot do anything here. So yeah, I mean, this is just hard to trade right now. And this is all a result of the Bitcoin drop. So we're going to see a lot of like kind of confusion on these altcoin charts, I think. Yeah, something like this, right? So, but all you really need to do with the chart is just play the levels, man. Play the levels, man. Like Avicii. Right? That was sad when Avicii died. It's really sad. Guy was talented. Being famous, not all it's cracked up to be. I don't see a reason like at this exact moment to be trading this. Strong resistance from the 50 MA. So I would say that you start looking at this if it breaks above that 50 MA, because you want that to be support, not resistance, and above this level here, kind of, and then head up. All right. Sorry, sometimes there's not much to see on a chart. What is a head and shoulder? This is a head and this is a shoulder. Knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes. Eyes and ears and mouth and nose, head, shoulders, knees and toes. Chilies. It did what we said it was going to do, it appears. Last time that this was, yeah. Yes, someone just asked if Avicii died. Yeah, he's been dead. He's been whatever. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. So yeah, I drew this bear flag and it broke down. We can get rid of that now. And nothing has changed on this chart. This is kind of just untradeable at the moment. You have another potential sort of bear flag situation happening. Let's go into the 4 hour. I mean, I don't love it. Don't love it. Right. Yeah. Well, not necessarily saying it'll happen. I would say that if you zoom down the daily, don't touch it unless it gets above 55 sats, which is close. Totally doable, but it has to recapture this level before you can even talk about trading it. Otherwise, you're just in price discovery. I will say that this sell-off was on decreasing volume. You can see here. So I think that was just sort of impulsive selling on alts because of Bitcoin. Someone just said, see ya. Bye. See ya. Ask your mom what HEES is. LMAO. For Sia, 3 very constructive comments from Lever Ashes. CRM, this is a stonk Salesforce. And the person who requested this accurately said, hey, I'm looking at this because there's bull div. So if you want to do it, if you're doing it on a line chart, you get it like that. Something like that. So yeah, and this is another, right? So you got that bullish divergence, and then you have another, get out of my way. You have another one right here. Very small, subtle, but it matters. All divs matter. So I would say that from the chart perspective, coming out of bear, it might come down. It never quite got to oversold. But yeah, you would be looking for a pop from that some point sooner than later. Kind of hard to draw trend lines. I mean, this gap is absurd, but has been filled. So now you would look to fill this gap. Gap teeth in your mouth. So my beeps got to fit. That's Dr. Dre. I didn't make that up, and I'm not going to say the actual words. But you got this kind of gap here. So I would look for to target $241 at least to fill that gap now that this monster, massive, bigly, hugely gap here has been filled. There are also divs on the 1 hour and 4 hour. Yes, there are, Ross. Congratulations. So yeah, I think we pop and I would target here and then start talking about higher targets. Like here, whatever. All of this though amounts to sort of a big old bull flag. You know, like you zoom out on the weekly. Maybe not a bull flag. See how those gaps disappear when you look at the weekly? Kind of cool. Yeah, when you zoom out, you kind of got this sort of vibe going on, right? It's not exact. This would be a descending, broadening wedge if I drew it exactly, which would target 284 at the top of the pattern. But that's your idea, Ross. And yeah, I would confirm that. Yeah, I remember, Ross. I remember, bro. Simpatico. So yeah, whatever. On to HBAR, Hedera hash graph. No, not much has changed here, and we are in a point where I would say that it is muy interesante. Whoever this dude, this isn't a coin. I'm aware that CRM is not a coin. It's Salesforce. It's a stock. Cool story, bro. HBAR, Hedera Hashcraft. Yeah, I mean, this chart couldn't be more clear. Break this line and we go. Right? Simple. Above here, head up. So you're looking for something like this. Your entry is a retest either of this descending line or a break of 165, and you take it on support at 165 and you start targeting these higher levels. That's it. For me, that's the way I would approach this, and that's all there needs to do. Now, look, there's going to be resistance in this area. A lot of price action here. So, 165 to 218 could be difficult. Then it should start to move through here. But yeah, these are the levels I'd be watching. That's about it. I would put an alarm on this. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it live. Got alarms for days. Cool. Let's look at the USD pair. Strangely, looks better because Bitcoin went up, bringing up the value on the USD pair. Look at that volume. Jeez, that is a Chad volume candle. Something's happening because look how flat volume was this whole time. And I remember somebody told me there's a fundamental reason for this pump. So that's tight. But the volume increase in general, way bigger than all this volume here. So I would say that this is a asset worth trading, right? There's a cup and handle. Someone said there's a cup and handle on HBAR Bitcoin pair. No, there's not. Unless I'm blind, but you can't have a cup and handle at the bottom. Oh, if you're talking about this, here, yeah, I guess you could say that. Although technically you don't want the cup to retrace more than 50% of the move, we can see. That's I didn't zoom in. It's a pretty good call. Something like this. This cup goes way too deep, in my opinion. But yeah, you could call it a cup and handle. Cup and handles are only good for continuation. They're not good at bottoms. I thought he was calling this a cup, which would be a rounding bottom, which does not handle, just goes straight up. But if you want to call this cup and handle, you're looking for, you might even have to go in on the hourly. You're looking for this to do something like this, right? And then maybe you come down like here, head up. Good eye. Good eye. Talk about the fundamentals, maybe. I don't know about the fundamentals. Not my thing. It's not my thing on this coin. I know the fundamentals of certain things and not others. But if you want to talk about the fundamentals, call a friend, phone a friend who wants to talk about the fundamentals of HBAR. But I do know that there was a fundamental reason. Someone told me something about South Korea, maybe something like that. Best project out there right now. Seriously though, HBAR is a great project. And a lot of people have been very bullish on a long time based on fundamentals and not on the chart. But this chart does look good. So that's really nice, right? Really nice drop down to support here at 4150 after a rejection here. This, my friends, is a beautiful bearish SFP. And another one right next to it slightly. So what does that mean? Talk about it all the time. We'll talk about it again. So I like talking about it. You have this clear swing high with an aggressive move away. Now you see people sometimes like they'll draw, like you'll see it come right back up here. It's not an SFP if it's a couple candles later. You really want this huge gap in time between the two moves, right? So what happened here, right? Kind of what I talked about at the bottom of why we draw lines. You had this big move up wick. This is where the selling really got aggressive. So anyone with a sell order that was left above this line, or even some that were right here and didn't get filled, probably still an area of interest. And the further you get away, the more traders start looking at that area as a place to sell, short, whatever. That's why you get this wick. And it usually happens after a massive move like this. This is where you find rejection, tons of liquidity here. People looking either to, if you're looking to fill a sell order, you need a ton of buy orders, right? So you get breakout traders buying here. That's liquidity for sells. And you get people stopping out, right? All of those become buy orders that someone can sell into. Drop away, right? That's this whole move. So you do not want to see a rejection on a coin where it wicks through a previous swing high like that. You want to see it get up, especially if you see an aggressive move like this the next day. It'd be one thing if it hung out here and consolidated and then went above. That'd be great. So if I was trading this is a really tough, right? Huge wick, all this action. I think this is a hard area. You know, I think at this point, you really, I know it's high up here, but you really want to be closing above that level. And then, you know, sky's the limit, you know? So I would personally put an alarm on 6176, wait for a break and head up because it's really hard to trade anywhere in between. Cool. You guys are having like a whole ass conversation over here about things. And yeah, I can't keep up with that. So hope y'all are educating one another and having a good time chatting with your own selves. Link. Just boring. My God. Do something. There's a dot right there that's bothering me. Leftover dot. Had this bull div, right? But since has had some bearish, I think, hidden bearish divergence, probably, maybe not. There's another bull div right here. From there to there. This should head up, but it's just being lame at the moment. Boring coin. Link is now a stable coin. I don't know if you guys heard that. LUSD. Link USD. LUSD. LUSD. I promise you I will read more about Hedera. I promise. And I do know some, but I have not checked in on the news. And I'm aware it's not blockchain. So yeah, I would wait until a break of 48572, this line here, and be above it because look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches of that as resistance. Not good. You don't want to trade it under there. What's the point? Unless you're targeting that line from here, which I get 10% out of it. You'll get there eventually. And then really, I think kind of a break of this blue line. But for now, this is just kind of sideways. You know, you could also approach it like this. Range, always fun to draw range. Caught the low here, right? Look at that. So perfect touch there, perfect touch there. So you can even move this line up to here. I would say you take the top of the range. Look, see, swept the lows of the range, moved up. So above this area is where I would trade it. I wouldn't touch it personally on the Bitcoin pair below that. So, you know, looking for something like that, but you don't want to get caught in something like that, right? So you don't buy it coming into resistance. You wait for a confirmation, a break of resistance, and a test as support. HBAR is not a blockchain, but rather a hash graph. Public service announcement from BSD Wiz. Thank you. Pete Gator. Are you like Florida Gator? We could be boys. Go to games. Remember football games and going to them? Ocean versus Tether US. Tetherus. Not that much price history on this pair. And kind of a janky chart. TBH. That means to be honest for all you millennials. I mean, you could draw it like that. Probably most accurate, like something like this. Ugly, but there's the touches, rejection, strong rejection. So you're looking for a move kind of above that line. From a horizontal perspective, everybody loves to get horizontal, right? I don't know why I just thought of this. But if you saw the video of Lindsay Lohan on Twitter and thought that Lindsay Lohan was actually talking about Bitcoin by choice, there's a huge watermark on that video from Cameo. And Cameo is a website where you can go and get B-rate celebrities to say anything you want on a video for a fee. My friends and I use it frequently to find celebrities to talk shit to one another about our fantasy football teams. Lindsay Lohan did not talk about Bitcoin, does not care about Bitcoin. She merely read a script about Bitcoin. But she was great in The Parent Trap. Wasn't that her? Parent Trap? Lindsay looks like she's been living hard too, gotta say, living hard. Ocean. Yeah, this is a hard chart. It's just like, honestly, the entire chart looks like just a big range. Like, just not that exciting. Kind of something like, I don't know. It's basically been trading from here to here for all of its existence, just sideways chopping its way through life. And that's no way to go through your life. It's not how you do it. So I would say that this is now the support that matters. So you can trade it anywhere above this. I like that it's breaking the 50 MA, but also it's kind of been choppy. Hasn't been that significant here. I'm going to keep that. At the end of the day, 4832, you want to be above it. I know all these setups, like, why would I want to buy higher? But you buy on confirmation so that you don't end up, see, that's what you're looking for. And you buy now, and this is what you get. I can't even draw it low enough, right? So I would personally say anywhere above this area, Ocean starts to be in the clear. Snoop Dogg does nice cameos. He is not B-rate. Snoop Dogg is awesome. Fala Bitcoin, don't know what you are. Somebody asked, didn't even get a chance to put my theme on you. But there we are. This has only existed since September, and it has done nothing but go down, which I would say is less than inspiring. I don't even think this is going to matter, but sure, draw that. It's getting close. That's something worth being excited about. I bet we have bullish divergence. We do. Higher low. And as you can see, price is rising. Funny how that works. I would personally take a line through there, line here. And yes, I see every once in a while someone's in the comments like, that line is dumb. Draw your own line, bro. This isn't science. If I wanted science, I would have graduated high school. I did graduate high school. I'm just kidding. Every trader draws things different. It doesn't matter how you do it, as long as you use it to set a stop loss and take profit. You're good. You're good, right? And like, everybody has a different way, right? Let's say that it finally breaks this, right? One person might say, my target is the top of this pattern, right? So then you have a 9.23 risk reward if you put a stop below the all-time low. Some people would put their stop up here and say, maybe this is my target. Oh, now you have I don't know what math that was doing up there. It should be much higher, right? This one was like 22 or something. Now you have 9.69 risk reward ratio. It's all about where you put your stop, where you believe your target is. Calculating R, man. Remember when everyone was calculating R on their trades? Who gives a shit what your R is if you made like 10 cents and didn't lose 2? All that matters is profitability. But everybody has a different approach to their trade, a different target, a different time frame, right? But I like this. This has a nice little bullish divergence. I would not, you might have taken it 2 days ago on that, or 3-4 days ago here. Now you want a break of this blue line. You want to probably be above here. This could act as resistance, but then it's kind of clear sailing up to, you draw it here, maybe this area. All these lines are areas, right? Like I could if it make you feel better, I could draw them like this, right? Then you'll see it's not really a line. It's kind of a zone. But you guys have been here long enough. You rock with me. You know what's up. So break of that blue line and then take your pants off. Have a party. Whoa, TLRY running. Which is cool because this is where we were talking about it last time. It got gap-tastic. Let's look at that on the weekly and get rid of that gap. I mean, this is a Chad, right? 2 mega weeks. That's starting to look like a Bitcoin chart. That is a party that I would attend. I would expect to run into some resistance here. Why? Same thing we've been talking about. This is where there's probably leftover supply. If you were drawing supply and demand on this chart right now, these are the areas you'd be trading again between, right? Price exited this area very fast, leaving buy orders behind it. Price exited this area very fast to the downside. Oh, to the left to the downside. Got a trader for me, mad. Do you like dags? And it's leftover sell orders here, right? This is where sellers got left behind when it dumped. So these are the areas we're going to find resistance and support. It's really easy. It's really easy. So this will run into here. I don't know what it'll do. Maybe it'll just blast through and Chad, but most likely you get a wick into here, consolidate, push through slowly, flip it, right? So like there's a lot of traders who would wait for a break above this and enter right there. But hard to say there's anything negative about this. So the other way that you would want to play this, if it gives you the opportunity, very well might not, but would be a retest of this, right? And then you do something like this. Do you guys dig my like Miami Vice pink, hot pink vibes? Tubbs and Crockett. So here, everything in here could go either way, in my opinion. Weed stonks number go up. I own some weed stonks. Haven't even checked them. Since Bitcoin's gone nuts, I check my stocks like once every 3 months. I forget that I own them, which is weird because stonks have been partying somewhat hard. That didn't happen. So that's tight. This is UTK, Utrust. You know that I'm a Utrust homer by now. I find this chart. In fact, you know what? I'm over Hobie's chart. Hobie. It's like a cat with a hairball saying Hobie for me. So let's look it up on Binance. My shit's so slow when I'm streaming. Your computer coming soon. Okay, well, we don't have much price history. Isn't it jarring to see green and red on my charts? Jarring. I find it jarring. Okay. Still stupid wicks. Glad we went through all of that. This is so stupid. But it seems very clear that the 50 MA here on the daily is acting as resistance. And right now we closed above and are potentially flipping it. So if this daily closes above that number, I would say we go up. So better go up. Better than going down. Well, I guess that depends on who you ask about going down. See, these wicks make it so hard, but that's clearly an area. Yeah, I would say that right now, just wait till it breaks that line and then go in it with the passion of the Christ. Mel Gibson. You got something like this, broadening descending wedge. This should target at least this area. And by the way, the USD pair looks awesome. I shared it yesterday and it went up and people got super rich because of my genius charting. I accept tips for my good charts, but only in love, affection, and admiration. So yeah, I would say for real. Yeah, This is where I would be worried about resistance at the moment. Look at that. Support. Look at these candles. Right? This is like a cat just batting a mouse down. Boom, boom, tried. Oh, buy. Oh, you try. Oh, no. And then exactly the same here. You got to be above this line. We got to get above 608. And then pants off party again for this coin. That's how I'd look at it. On to VET. Veterinarian coin. This coin helps animals. You guys didn't know that, but that's what VET coin does. Do you remember when this was a VEN? Check HBAR, sir. Look back in time. We just did HBAR for like 49 minutes. You can see him right on the top. It says HBAR. VET has been kind of disappointing here, right? But this is a strong support area. It's above it. But lower high, higher low, kind of consolidating. I don't know what to do with VET here. Except take my dog there. I would say it's very clear at this point, though, that you need to be above 98 because look, those are those two tops. And it's also kind of the top here. That was maybe 97, 98. You want to get above that and have a party. Seems far away, but this coin can get there in like 30 seconds. And you don't want to be breaking below these lows. No, you don't. That's bad. Okay. That's bad. But really not much to see. It's kind of at the EQ of this channel trading range. You want to at least be above 74, and then maybe, and also we have decreasing volume in general. Not much to see at the moment. Disappointing because I was kind of bullish on this here. And people made money on this move. It's like almost a 50% move, as crazy as that looks when the price is this low. Wait, did Joe Rogan really die? Is that true? Somebody just said. I'm gonna look that up. Joe Rogan death. That would be. I don't think so. Joe Rogan almost died. Okay. I don't think Joe Rogan's dead. Thank you. I saw two people say that in the comments. I don't think he's dead. I like Degs, says Adrian, who's obviously seen Snatch. ZEC. Yeah, you know me. Wow. This shit is going. Look at that. Terrible technical analysis. But look at that amazing technical analysis. My God, check out that double bottom we had. Party. Oh, he died of this boring ass YouTube stream. Pete Gator. Imagine if a boring YouTube stream could kill you. Imagine if you were so bored in a YouTube stream that you spent time commenting on it. Imagine that. Must be so boring to stick around. PHA, Follow Network, already did it. Rewind. TJ. So this is hitting resistance here. Zcash, yeah, I guess would have been amazing here. Kind of hard to enter it now, I guess, unless it's above this level. Draw some other levels. But yeah, you probably get a revisit of this area. Maybe. Pete Gator, you're a good sport, buddy. Got him. Gotcha. Died of this boring ass stream. But really, why'd you say Joe Rogan was dead? Anyone? Joe Rogan's dead. You know how fucking rich Joe Rogan is from podcasting? What a legend. So yeah, ZEC, I would try to get a retest of this line or a break above this line and a move above. That's it. Draw some lines. Do some little thingies. Stuff. Let's go on to ZIL, where I have made many monies here, been trading this. But here, I did this on a live stream, went double the target, tight. But now I would say not looking as good, right? Lost this support and is now resistance on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles. Can't believe Joe Rogan died and didn't die and lost this support. So ZIL, I'm not interested at all unless it's above 191, and it almost is. So maybe you flip that back, make that clearly support, and then we start talking. Then we start talking about maybe going up. I don't even like that line anymore. But you're going to find resistance here. I don't know. It's a pretty savage sell-off. Hard to really get excited about it. If you're looking lower, these are all old lines. So I would say if you want to get in, you could look for a drop down here too. Right? And you'll see why if you pull this back. Resistance, 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 support, 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 support. Let's see if it holds the support again. Hey, I think you should mention CRV a few more times because maybe I will look at it. I'm not going to look at anything that you guys ask for. I think someone did ask for YF die and I forgot, but I don't think it's in TradingView, to be honest. Let's see. I'm going to look because I did see that and I'm just realizing in my mind that I forgot that. No, let's try. You can do this, by the way, Uniswap, but still not going to be there. We got YF dot, YF FI. How many YFs do we need in the world? I can't look at YF die right now. I'm sorry, but I will think about it. ZRX, I met their team today. They have a new DEX called Matcha that launched last year. And they gave me a rundown on it. It's really sweet. It's like Uniswap, but without getting raped in all of your parts by high transaction fees. People were telling me that they were like trying to send people $200 yesterday and we're paying like $57 in gas. Hey, if you type CRV 7 more times, I'll consider it, but it has to be in a row without anyone else getting a comment in between the 7 times that you type CRV. Go. ZRX, we got to get back above 1465. Otherwise, right now it is on the Bitcoin pair is in all-time low discovery, but saw a nice little spike in volume here at the bottom. CRV, 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 CRV. Are you doing live trading with explanation of why and when and how sometimes? I don't, because I don't trade very much. And most of these pairs now as an American are unavailable to me. I try to take trades for weeks or months. CRV, CRPPPPP. Is that crap? No, you guys, yep. Can't get them in there. You guys are too fast. So I would say above 1465 and we start talking. And I think that will happen. And that's a clear area there. So like the simple trade on this is like a really nice little trade from 140 to 220. I mean, it's like 50%, right? You take it like this, exit here. If it, probably do something like this. And if it breaks above, you enter again right there. Keep it going. It's that simple. Let's look at Bitcoin. Here's a Bitcoin chart I happened to pull up. I don't know why I just dragged. Oh, Bitcoin, a number go up. Didn't see that coming. Everybody's worried about a head and shoulders. Should be worried about an inverse head and shoulders. But no, still not a thing either. Would have to break this. But as I've said right now, let's zoom out on this chart. A, volume is uninspired. So whatever. But B, for a very just simple, most basic charting perspective, you have a low, high or low, which would not be confirmed until it makes a higher high. So you can't really get bullish until you're above 96,604, because that would make a higher high and confirm that we're now in a new bullish structure. And above there, like, you can't talk about a bear flag anymore. It's retraced way too far. Really, once you get past 50%, definitely past 61.8%, you're not talking about bear flags anymore. CRV. Honda CRV. Anybody here drive one of those? Is a Honda CRV? It's a Honda CRV, right? I'm not saying something stupid. I saw someone say ascending triangle. I'm assuming you're talking about something like this. Valid. In some exchanges, these highs are the same, actually. So on Coinbase, they're not. But yeah, so you could even, depending on what exchange you're looking at, a break of that line would be an ascending triangle. Higher lows equal highs. And you would extrapolate. It's a big word. I learned it in college. The target like this. We don't even need it, right? So $43,239. Bam. Someone here used to drive a CRV. Come on, please, CRV. I did the dot chart. People are asking. It was in the newsletter today. In the paid newsletter today, that's a coin that I shared. So I guess since it's a newslettery thing, well, look at dot. Dot. Because this is when I said, hey, trade it, man. Looks bullish. Gave a couple ideas, and I'm assuming it got wrecked. Yeah, rejected. So the idea is, I said, because listen, if you caught it here breaking this line, that was great, but I was too late. I was watching it here on this descending line and looking for a pop, and my alarm started to go off, but I didn't get the newsletter out till it was here. So now you want to close above this line, retest, move up, or you want to wait till it closes in here, try to catch a drop, retest of that line. So those are the three kind of places that you would enter a trade on that. Now I'm going to stop screen sharing, dig into a few comments, and then I'm going to have to go on and live my life without you people. The Honda CRX originally launched as the Honda Ballad Sport CRX in Japan. It's a front-wheel drive sport compact car manufactured by Honda between 1983 and 1991. Thank you, Derek, OG Derek. You guys should follow him on Twitter under OG Derek. Is that your name on Twitter, OG Derek? Going back in the comments here, you guys have about 2 to 3 more minutes of my amazing time. There's a few things that I have to say because I'm a YouTuber now, and my YouTube compatriots say that when we millennials YouTube, we have to say smash the like button because it helps algorithms and stuff. So hit like. Yes, there's vinyl of Mad Villainy back there to Lloyd Christmas. Somewhere in that hip hop side. This is classic rock and soul and stuff. That's basically rap. I don't know what 88 mile per hour is besides the speed on a car. And yeah, I got to mention that you should sign up for my newsletter. And also, Femex sponsored this, and they're amazing. And that's where I trade leverage. You can sign up for them in the description. You can also sign up for Alpha 5, which is something that I'm working with them on Trade Gods, the show you might have seen, which you should watch. I've had Peter Brandt and Bitcoin Jack Sparrow so far. That's also on my YouTube channel. And they have this incredible product where you can trade the spreads between any futures, perpetual swaps and stuff. It's really cool income trade. Definitely work. My wife just showed up again and told me smash like buttons, not women. Man, say something once, it comes back around every time. Yesterday on the stream, I said that when we were kids, it was cool to smash women and not like buttons. And I didn't know my wife was here, but I would have said it to her anyways. Keep no secrets. Hi, Emmy. How are you? Love you. Although I think like from the show Jersey Shore, it was the smush room, not the smash room, right? So technically, I didn't say anything because smush. ING breaking 1500. I'm going to look at INJ, excuse me, because that's the only real trade that I was sharing aggressively this week for you guys in the newsletter. And good God, that is going, right? Let me see. I'm going to open it up and maybe I'll even share my screen. Yeah, it's not doing anything that exciting that it was, but I'll let you look at it. Let's look at it. Okay, so see, look, there's where I shared it. Broke here. So now actually, anywhere above this sort of support still looks great. Smash the like button. Do not smash women. You guys can smash women. Smash dudes too. Smash whoever you want. I don't know. You should enable paying with PayPal for your newsletter. Yeah, it just doesn't work with the service. Where did you meet Emmy? Emmy, where did we meet? Come in here and tell them. We met at a club. But it's not how it sounds. I was DJing, we had a mutual friend, we met each other very quickly, and then Emmy made friends with my manager at the time, and randomly 6 months later, I came up in Emmy's Facebook feed as people you might know. And she was like, oh, that's that amazing, handsome, really intelligent DJ that I met in New York 6 months ago. And she friended me, and I immediately went into aggressive Facebook flirting. And I won her love and affection. Brent met his wife at a beer pong table. That's cool. Was she on your team or was she your opponent? Flaming wolf in the corner. I don't know what that means, but that's awesome. Yeah. So it's a good luck meeting someone at a club nowadays. Seriously, first of all, you can't go to a club, right? Which is obviously your joke, but also I'm pretty sure that people don't meet each other in person, only by like swiping right. And looking at people's faces on phones and internets. The internet dating, the online dating thing was kind of after my time. We had to talk to each other, but I guess we used Facebook, so I got to flirt. But she was only mildly interested in me. She was kind of interested, but I sent her a mixtape, like the 80s. I had made a mix called Knockin' Boots, which was all 90s R&B. And she was like, what kind of music are you into? And I was like, oh, well, this is really what I like. And I sent her these like slow jams. She was like, okay, playa, here's my number. That's basically how it went down. How do you know which way to swipe? Literally everyone on the planet knows that you swipe right. You're not catching me in anything here, bruh. Yeah, and that's it. It is 3:04. It is time for me to exit the building. Smash like, not married people. And go about your life. Have a nice day. I will talk to all you guys very soon. Been a pleasure. Peace yourself.